What's good, y'all? Kabeh here again to do another sample breakdown, episode 3. And today, I have my boy Trev with me. We're gonna break down a sample, a collab sample, and I brought him in to do this with me. So, actually, a lot of people asked me to do this breakdown, so that's why I chose this one. And Trev is actually dropping a kit on Out of Ideas soon, so I think it's the perfect opportunity to do this. So, before we actually start breaking it down, let's take you here to take a listen on the original in full. Nice. I love this sample. Yeah, I love this one. I'ma actually play this. Everything started with Trev. He sent me this starter is some vocals with some chords and a piano. So I'm gonna play the original, like what he sent me, so we can have an idea, and then he's gonna break it down. This is already so nice.
Thanks, bro.
This is already so nice. Like, could definitely carry that shit. Like this. No, like for real. This is the whole idea. Like building on top of this is so easy. Like they just flow in my head so easily. So, let Trev now break down what he did to
Word,
compose
yeah.
this.
Let me hear. I think I was just the first thing I did was lay down these chords. Actually, Kabeh, you sent me this contact bank and
Yeah.
vintage upright,
I
man.
got this from Milgene.
Yeah,
I got this from Milgene.
it's
Shout out
fire. It's
Milgene.
fire. I've been using it a lot recently. Honestly, this is like one of the quicker loops I've made in a while, or starters, I say. I was hanging out with my friends while I made it, just in my living room. I was on like FaceTime with my friend, I think, and I just made these chords. I just wanted to try out the new sound, and I just dragged in actually from this. I just dragged in like major and minor ninth, and I just put them in to see what sounded good, and this is what I came up with.
This is so fire already. Like this is so good.
Yeah, it was just super simple because I know that you wanted to. I love what you do with the samples, especially like leads and the synth stuff. So I know that I wanted to leave a lot of room for you. So I just added two sounds. I just had the same chords with the pad underneath. This is what the pad sounds like.
That's gas. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
This is a pad from Kindle Baines. I believe I might have butchered his name. Kindle Baines. Yeah. His one shot kit Eclipse. It's 33. But yeah, that's what I had going on. And then usually when I do like my vocals, I'll just sit and the first thing I work on is the melody. So I'll just like put it on loop and then I'll just come up with a melody first. Actually, I might have sent you like the voice memo. You can play it if you want.
When the sunshine starts, when the stars start floating away.
Cool, cool. So that was the voice memo I did, and I you can kind of like hear there's words, but you can't really. It doesn't have a story yet, so we had to like. Or I guess I kind of had to like figure out what I was trying to say. So I came up with a melody. I knew it sounded good, but then I had to come up with words. So
It's so good.
all right. I guess I'll just play the vocals alone. So there's two layers to the vocals. There's like a baritone or like a tenor or I don't really even know to be honest, but there's a lower level, like kind of like my talking voice, and then there's a higher like layer that's like alto or soprano, and that's usually what I sing my samples in. So I'll play the. Well, I guess I'll go over the effects after, but so this is the first layer. This is like where I came up with the melody.
When the moonshine falls, baby, I'll be on my way.
And then on top of that is the alto or the soprano.
When the moonshine falls, baby, I'll be on my way.
So together they sound more full, and I think together it's a lot better than if I just had one of them. This is
Yeah,
like actually,
definitely.
yeah, for sure, because the effects they do stuff, but it doesn't make it as full. Like I could have added delay and stuff, but really the only thing we have is altar boy, reverb, and flanger. These are like the effects um that I used to get the sound. On the other one, there's a chorus, but they're both default settings. Um, but for the processing, I just have compression, auto tune, a little bit of an EQ, and a limiter is just to make it louder, I think. I don't really have the, yeah, there's just gain. I didn't even change the ceiling, to be honest. Um, that's pretty much just a volume or a gain boost. And then if you look at the alto channel, it's pretty much the exact same, except I changed the flanger to a chorus. And the chorus is what gives it its sauce, especially in R&B samples. I know we were going for like a live sample feeling, like as if we recorded it from a phone. Like if somebody was standing in the corner and they just recorded me playing a live piano, that's what this was. That's what this sounded like. Um, and yeah, that's really it because there's only there's only three things. There's the piano, the pad, and the vocals. Um, yeah.
I think that says a lot about. I think I saw a 99 tweet like last week or whatever. It's not about like the effects that you use. People ask me all the time like which plugins that I use, which effects that I use. It's the same ones that everyone use. It's the
Yeah.
Valhalla, it's the like the Fab filters. It's the same thing. It's not about the effects. It's not about the plugins. It's about what you're actually playing. It's about what you're composing. Like this is literally four sounds. It's a piano, a pad, and two vocals, and it sounds so good and so full. And people could like use this already. It would be like nice already to do this. But like, you know, the point is not to stack a lot of sounds or do a lot of shit. Just to play something that moves people. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure. I don't know if you are familiar with Six. He's a producer, but
Yeah.
he said there's like one of his quotes that he said is there's brilliance in simplicity, and I 100% go by that when I'm making loops because you
Yeah.
can easily add too much in it, and takes away from the goal that we're all trying to reach as producers, which is just let the artist shine. Like at the end of the day, you have to think multiple steps ahead, which is to
Yeah.
where is the singer, the rapper, where are they gonna sit on the
Yeah.
record? And I think that's what it's always in the back of my mind. It's always good to have your freedom artistically, but
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to overthink it. Don't overthink shit, to be honest. Kenny Beats plug.
Yeah. Definitely though. But this is fun. I think I'm gonna, yeah, let me do my part now. So after Trev sent me that, and that's already like the whole idea, it was pretty easy to build on top of that. I think the first thing that I did was to change the progression itself. I'm pretty sure the third chord I changed it. It's almost the same, and I added like I played it live. I think you did with that fell, so I played it to give more of a natural feel, and I added this. I think this is a nice touch, like this little
Yeah, the little
things, yeah, these things, and I'm always like coloring stuff. So like this is one section, and this is another section, and this is another section. It's literally the same chords, but play in a like different way. I think that gives like a natural character to it. You can literally build on top of four chords and do so many different voicings, like so many different feelings to it. You just gotta experiment with it. So after I had that and I changed that chord and now we have this new progression, I use the CS80, my favorite synth by far. With the bendy chords again. And now I know that it goes one octave higher here. That's so nice. That with the piano. It just sounds so good. And it's literally just a piano and a synth sound that I tweaked around. It's probably that same Prophet preset that I used on last week's video. I just tweaked it around and it's chopped, so I did something here. When I'm working with like gliding and bending the chords and everything, it's easy to like go out of the tempo depending on the preset that you're using. So this is one of the reasons that I always bounce it to audio, because it's so much easier to mess around with things. So after I did that, we're almost done actually. We have the bass, the mini moog bass. And I think it's the same, yeah, same repetition here. And then I just chopped the vocals and treated them separately here. So on top of what Trev added, I did a Fab Filter, Pro Q3, Wider, I use Wider a lot. Mid-time Matrix, I use this plugin a lot too. When I'm thinking about spacing and where I want things on, like spaced on the audio itself. And the only thing different that I did is when the vocals come in again, I automated a flanger and then it's the sweeper, my secret sauce, to come in, so it sounds different from the beginning. So yeah, this is it.
That's a vibe, bro.
Yeah, oh, there's a symphony too. Then is the Super again, Fab Filter Pro Cool 3. Doubler, I use this plugin a lot. I use this plugin a lot to Doubler 4 with the 4 voices and 2 of them an octave lower to give it a more like fuller feel. Like this is the lead dry. So what the doubler is doing is creating another 4 voices, and I'm turning 2 of those voices an octave down, so it sounds like this. It sounds like it's stacked.
Sounds so sick.
Yeah. Abandonment, because I don't want it on the center. Delay, reverb. I have this. I don't remember which preset this is or which synth this is, but this is part of the fun in it because I don't know what I used, the preset that I used, or the plugin that I used, so I think this is kind of fun. So at the end of the day, this is like 6 sounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sounds, 4 chords, a couple vocals, and a lead and a bass.
Yeah.
It's not a lot to it, but this is one of like my favorite recent samples that I did. It goes to show that you don't need to stack a lot of sounds, you don't need a lot of plugins, a lot of different shit. You just gotta actually think about what you're playing, especially when you're doing R&B and soul type of shit. You really gotta like move people with what you're actually playing. You can rely on effects or plugins to carry the sound for you. You actually have to compose something that matters. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the bass. On the mixing side, I have the Capitator again. It's my go-to plugin for basses. Vocals, I already broke it down. The lead, I already broke it down. The piano is the same preset that Trev used on his one. I just pulled it up and did a Fab filter, cutting out the lows. I cut all the lows of everything that's not the bass. Smooth operator again, Sooth kind of plugin from Baby Audio, wider Valhalla Room, and the CS80 Fab filter, wider, mid-time matrix, delay, and reverb. So yeah, I think this is pretty much it for this sample. You have anything to say?
Nah, not really. This is one of my favorite samples too, to be honest.
Definitely is one of my favorite recent ones.
A bunch of people have been like hitting me up for starters like it.
Yeah.
So I know it's like a lot of people's favorites. So
yeah, you carry it though, like for real.
Nah,
the
bro.
whole thing
Thanks, bro,
thing was.
I love what you did with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the whole thing was already done.
Nah,
yeah.
sure. The pack's coming soon though.
Yeah, the
Okay.
pack's coming soon. I got a collab pack with Trev coming out. Trev has his own composition pack with a lot of samples in the same style as this, with his own recorded vocals, with lyrics and everything. So I'm excited for that. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Trev on Instagram. And I think this is it. We'll see each other next week. Bye.